Have you ever been mistaken for a sign language interpreter at a city council meeting? I was at the city council meeting to complain about potholes on my street when a frantic coordinator grabbed me. The interpreter's stuck in traffic. Can you cover until she gets here? She saw me moving my hands while talking to my friend and assumed I knew ASL. I knew exactly 3 signs: thank you, bathroom, and pizza from a YouTube video I watched once. Before I could explain, she'd positioned me next to the podium on live public access television. The mayor started speaking about budget allocations. I panicked and just started gesturing vaguely. I pointed at him, then at the sky, then made a circle with my arms. I had no idea what I was conveying, but I did it with confidence. An elderly deaf woman in the front row looked confused but started nodding politely. That gave me false confidence. The mayor said something about fiscal responsibility, and I did what I thought looked like counting money but was probably closer to jazz hands. When he mentioned community development, I drew a house in the air and then hugged myself. The woman in the front row was now tilting her head like a confused dog. 10 minutes in, I developed a system. Keywords got specific gestures I made up. Taxes was me pulling my pockets out. Infrastructure was me building something with invisible blocks. Constituents was just me pointing at everyone randomly. During public comment, a man complained about noise ordinances. I didn't know how to sign noise, so I covered my ears and looked distressed. Then I pointed at my wrist like a watch for ordinance, which probably made no sense. The deaf woman was now signing something back at me. I had no idea what she was saying, so I just nodded and gave her a thumbs up. She looked deeply concerned. Things got worse when the discussion turned to technical zoning laws. The councilman said, "We need to reconsider the R3 residential designation parameters." I just started doing the Macarena very slowly. I don't know why that's my panic response, but apparently it is. The woman in the front row stood up and started signing frantically. Other deaf audience members were signing to each other, clearly discussing my performance. I'm pretty sure I saw one person sign something that looked like, "What the hell?" but I could be wrong. During a break, the coordinator whispered, "You're doing great. Your style is very interpretive." I wanted to confess, but we were on live TV, and I'd already committed fraud on public access. The real interpreter arrived 40 minutes in, looking at me with horror as I was mid-gesture, apparently signing something about parking meters by pretending to feed invisible coins into my palm. She seamlessly took over, but not before giving me a look that could have melted steel. The elderly woman in the front row later found me in the parking lot. Through her daughter interpreting actual ASL, she said I was either signing about purple elephants making pizza in space, or the mayor's plan to install rainbow crosswalks, depending on how you interpreted my gestures. Her daughter was trying not to laugh. My mom says you're either a performance artist or having a stroke, but either way, it was the most entertaining city council meeting she's ever attended. The video ended up on the local news as "Mystery Interpreter Baffles Deaf Community." Someone started a Twitter thread trying to decode what I was actually saying. The consensus was that I'd either warned about an alien invasion or strongly supported more stop signs. Nobody could agree. The city council contacted me the next week. I thought I was getting sued. Instead, they thanked me for bringing attention to the need for backup interpreters and asked if I'd consider taking actual ASL classes. They'd pay for them if I'd agree to be an emergency backup. I'm now 6 months into learning real ASL. My teacher is the elderly woman from the front row. She starts every class by showing the video of me doing the Macarena while the councilman discussed zoning laws. She calls it "How Not to Sign" and uses it as a teaching tool for what happens when hearing people panic. Last week, I successfully interpreted my first real meeting. It was about snow removal procedures. I didn't do the Macarena once. The elderly woman gave me a standing ovation. After the meeting, she signed something that her daughter translated as "much better than the purple elephant pizza space discussion." I'm keeping that as my biography.